Alrighty guys, here we go. I found it. Took me a minute. I had typed it up for a project I had done a while back, and I was like, this might work. So, for example, you don't have to make it. You can probably make it a little more serious than this, but duplication of performance of this song without direct consent of the composer will result in a creepy old man dancing to Gangnam Style and the party rock anthem around you. Personally, that would freak me out, but that's just the way I am. So, you have been warned. Alright, back to the. Where did that come from? Alright. Let's see, what did I say? Tutorial 1. Alright, now next we have the next window that comes up, which asks you for a time signature, the concert key series, and if you want to identify an initial tempo and then identify pickup. So let's say, for example, I'm assuming you've all been playing music for at least a certain amount of time and you know how the time signature works. So let's just go ahead. We got 2-2, or if you wanted to write that in cut time, you can do that. 2-4, 3-4, 4-4, common time if you wanted to see the C. And 3-8, 6-8, 9-8, 12-8, and into 2 question marks, which leads us up to here, in which we can type in compound music. So let's say 3 plus 2 plus 5 all over, I don't know, 8. Why not? Might as well. We'll make it work. And then if you want, you can do that. And then I think there's a way to do. No, there's not. This is you do compound meter. You can't do irrational meters. Yeah, you can't do irrational meters. So we'll just set that as our tempo. Then key signature. You can choose whatever key signature you want to. So many sharps, so many flats, and you can choose it if you want it to be in minor or major. It just really boils down to what you want in your piece. So let's just set it for E minor because rock and roll. And let's say number of measures. Why not set it? Let's just set it for 50. Wait, there we go, 50. All right, now we can identify a specific tempo if we wanted to. So let's just say we wanted it to be an allegro non-troppo. Tempo can be set by whole notes, half notes, quarters, eighths, sixteenths, dotted half, dotted, all that lovely stuff if you wanted to set it up for that. But since we're in a time signature of over 8, let's set it, since we really don't want to make our head spin too much, let's set it for the quarter note, or the eighth note, sorry, is at 100. So it's going to be a little bit on the slow side. So now we can set up if we wanted to pick up. So then we could do it all the way from a whole note down to 64th note, I believe. Yeah, let's make it easier. Let's make it easier on ourselves and just leave it at quarter note for the pickup. Alrighty. But if you wanted to, you could use. If you set the time signature upright, you could set it all the way up to having a breathe or a dotted breathe if you really wanted to. Alright, we'll just leave it at this and see what we get. And then this generates the nice little score for you. As you can see, my copyright notice has gotten too big, so we'll edit that a little bit. But it looks nice for the most part. Let me go ahead. Also, a little quick tip I forgot about: if you don't want the lyrics or anything, say for example it just popped up like that, what happens is if you click in the square like I did a little while ago, it automatically assumes that you want it. So just don't click in there. But if you did, and I'm sorry for not reminding this a while ago, all you gotta do is just hit delete when you highlight the square. See, simple as that. Alrighty. And now the copyright notice has gotten too big, so I'm just gonna kind of halfway throw that down here for the minute, and then we'll just go ahead and look at what we got here. So we'll just run through, file, so where you can launch the window, start a new project, open an existing project, close the one you're in now, or close if you have multiple windows up, you can close them all. Save as, save all, save as PDF. which is a newer feature, which I'll go over later on. Extract parts. So if you like, say I have all of this, and I didn't want to make I didn't like the way that it all fit together, and I was wanting something a little different. What I could do is I could take and extract one of the parts out that I like, and then kind of rewrite it or make it fit something else. Then we have you can extract. Let's see. Export to Smart Music. So if you have Smart Music, then you can export to Smart Music. Export is to audio file. If you wanted to export your song into what is a wave, then you can export as a wave. And now going down here, Score Manager, Music XML, scanning the Smart Music Lite. Open up worksheets and repertoire. Let's see, printer, compile, save preferences, exit, and then here's what you've been working on last. Which pretty much sums up what I've been up to last, really. Edit, you can undo or block drags, select all. Again, stuff you've been doing for forever. You can add measures here. You got the multi-measure rest if you wanted to create one, and harmonic spellings if you wanted to. You can set it up so that you favor sharps or flats, or you can use a special table that's used in this program a lot, so that if you want one note, if you're trying to write, for example, say you were writing something of a non-tonal, and you went and did whatever method you used to create non-tonal music, and you get a B flat and a C sharp, then you could just use the spelling table to fix that. Measure units and the program options. Utilities, you can transpose music notes, you can fit measures to make it fit into a specific location. You can edit all the spacing of the notes and of the bar lines if you wanted to. You move capo chords if you were to use a guitar and you wanted to use the capo chord when you use the chord editor, which I'll go over later. Check notation, stem direction. See, view, you can change the view if you wanted to put it into scroll view, which I do recommend when you're writing music from scratch. Put it in scroll view and just use scroll view to type in your music and not worry about how pretty it looks yet. And then this is page view. And if you were to go use page view, that would be to line up, make everything look nice. You can edit how page view looks. Studio view. This is if you were to use recording with MIDI. So if you had a MIDI plugin you wanted to plug in. And then this would be your tempo line. This gives you the nice little tempo of our crazy little thing we created. So let's put this back into page view for now. Then you can zoom, bookmark, edit layers, which we will go over soon. And now going into documents, edit your parts. If you wanted to, say for example you wrote out a couple of chords into this music and you liked the way it sounded, but you wanted to just generate the individual parts, or if you go back to where we was a little while ago with the extract or save as PDF, you can go in, open up each part individually, and then make it go from there. You can go in like let's say cello line, come in here, just save. Let's see, anything else really important here? You can edit your pickup measure, you can edit your playback options. Now MIDI in audio, that would be editing the how MIDI goes into the finale file, or if you wanted to edit the sounding, you can change it so that the playback is of a different type. Say if you wrote this in a Baroque style, then they would play in a Baroque style. It would read the music and then play it Baroque like. Or if you wanted to sound it more romantic, or if you wanted to sound it 21st century, you could do that. Marching band, Vietnamese waltz, a light waltz, jazz, pop, reggae, rock, or you can make your own custom one. You can work on the devices, all this wonderful stuff. Plugins. Plugins are fun with Finale if you have them. You can edit lyrics, measures, miscellaneous, different notes. You can change the beaming tools, nothing much. You can use advanced tools to edit how stuff looks. This is kind of a back way of getting into this down here, which I'm going to explain next, don't worry. Tools, you can change, or text, sorry. Font, change the size, style. Superscript, subscript, insert, the justification, which would be how it's the alignment of it. And now the window is going into what's going to be next, which would be more score manager, edit the mixing of it. If you were to export this straight out from here, you could mix it. You can use a little mixer to mix all the levels in here. Playback, this is basically the toolbars, so when you click on everything. And then you get the help menu, which you've probably been using for a while too.